Luffy's mother and my goat, Monkey Deadbeat Dragon's future wife officially makes her entrance onto the One Piece manga. Over 45 years ago, idols roamed the seas. This crew would go to nations and take what they wanted with barely any fight because the men would just fall for them, even marines. They were none other than Amazon Lily's Kuja pirates, headed by their captain, Empress Gloriosa at the time. She was such a baddie that her own crewmates were fawning over her beauty. However, in this crew, we also find Tritoma, Luffy's mother. Just look at her smile and Luffy's smile side by side. They are eerily similar, and that's Luffy's mother. But that's not the only evidence I have. Anything related to Dragon, I'm your guy. I know what kind of a huzz Dragon would prefer, okay? Trust me. First, if she was to become my goat Dragon's wife later on in life, she would need to be around his age, which she looks to be. Dragon right now, around 45 years ago, is 10 to 11. Tritoma looks like a 10 to 11-year-old girl. She would also later become the Empress of Amazon Lily after Shaki. Considering that every Empress of Amazon Lily was lovesick with a top tier of their era, Tritoma logically would fall for the deadbeat goat. Just look at this man. Look at that flowing hair. So majestic, always looking east. She must have instantly been rizzed by his desk hockey. Because I sure am.
Why are you gay?
On a serious note though, the best evidence for Luffy's mother being from Amazon Lily is why did Kuma flung Luffy all the way there after Saba Odi? We know that Kuma was one of the only revolutionaries that knew about Dragon having a son. That's how we even got the famous line from my goat about a child is their parents' greatest weakness. Then 3 years ago, Kuma went to Dawn Island to take a look at Luffy himself before he lost his humanity. So being one of the pillars of the Revolutionary Army, Kuma definitely knew about Dragon's connection to the Kuja pirates and Luffy's mother. We also know that the Island of Women are rebellious by nature as they aren't even part of the world government. Plus, they take in trafficked celestial slaves back into their fold like in the case of Boa Hancock. So with Dragon's entire goal being to free the world from the Celestials' oppression, Tritoma would take a quick liking to him. However, after Luffy's birth, there might have been a complication with the Empress and the Island of Women can't raise a man, right? So Dragon left him with his grandpa Garp. Because like if the world government knew that Dragon, the most wanted man, had a child with the untamable baddest Empress of Amazon Lily, they would hunt Luffy down instantly. Plus, the flower Tritoma is named after is said to be brightly colored red, orange, and yellow. Just like a burning fire or sun. Anyways, Tritoma in the flashback is bringing in all these fan letters from simps all over the world to Gloriosa. However, there is an even bigger pile right behind her, which turns out is for a bigger baddie. The only one set to outshine the radiant Gloriosa was the star of her era, first mate of the Kuja pirates, Shakuyaku. But there is trouble on the seas. The Roger pirates have come to attack. Instead of being scared though, the captain Gloriosa is about to have a nosebleed, like 5 Anji, because she is in love with Goldie Roger. Unfortunately, Roger has his eyes set on a different huzz. Shaki, the future pirate king, is straight up gooning as he wants to win her over and take Shaki into his own crew. This is like, bro got a megaphone and shit. He's like, hey, join my crew, huzz. This is not how you secure the huzz, guys. Do not attempt this in real life. This isn't even the first time Roger has gone after the Kuja pirates, it seems. As Gloriosa says that, why won't you look at me, Roger? It's not just Roger though, but his entire crew wants to rizz up Shaki. Like, these are top tiers in the new world. Dude, you're losing all your aura. Hearing the commotion, the angel herself bursts out the door. Her haki is so strong that flowers themselves wilted. First, she takes care of Gabon, then kicks Roger, the future pirate king, straight to the ground. Aura farming on top of him. Bro, imagine she puts her arm like that right next to you. With that view, it's over. Shaki says that she will never submit to another's captivity. Perhaps during the commotion at the Reverie 56 years ago, Shaki and a few slaves crews manage to escape. While one of the strongest crews in all of One Piece are busy gooning, Shaki orders the Kuja pirates to take their treasure. These 5 Anji wannabes are even offering their souls to her. You guys are supposed to be top tiers. You guys are in the Pirate King's crew. Please stop acting like 5 Anji. The only person in Roger's crew that Shaki likely fucks with though is Dark King Silver's Rayleigh, which makes sense as he's the only nonchalant dude, and according to my reels, that's what the Huzzes want. So she gives him a little wink with a heart on top of it, bro. If you enjoyed this video, watch the hockey video I made yesterday. I explained what God hockey is. I explained that every single thing in One Piece, from rocks to like Rox's hair, everything is hockey. So go watch that video if you want to understand what's gonna happen in the final war. Thank you.